拉丁榜的选民人，您好，晚上好。今晚很荣幸能够代表革新党参与这次的大选。对这次的大选，我有一种使命感。我觉得我有义务为大家争取应有的福利和拿回我们的军人。我是一位辅导员，辅导了很多没工作的新加坡人，已经做了6年。每个月也收到30个 email， 叫我帮忙他们辅导他们，很多也是大学生。但是他们跟我讲 ，Gilbert， 我找不到工作，3个月、4个月，有些是6个月，有些是1年。现在新加坡是有一个很大的困难，就是你越有学历，越困难找工作，对吗？我觉得这个是一个很不开心的现象。每年新加坡允许6000个新移民来新加坡定居找工作，他们也可以投票。说你以为这个是合理的吗？新加坡，你以为这个是合理的吗？不合理的，因为每年有6000个新移民可以投票。这2年我也帮了很多穷的新加坡人。每2个月我们会把我们的食料分给穷的人，也看到很可惜啊，很可怜的，因为他们很勤劳，他们工作，但是薪水很少，一般是1000到1500以下。所以在新加坡，要是你的薪水是1500以下，是很困难的。我们在红毛桥也看到很多老人家拉纸皮，70岁、75岁、80岁也有。前个月我们放了一个 video 在我们的 Facebook， 这个75岁的男的老年人就很慢的把纸皮放在一个 trolley， 我就访问了他，是6分钟访问。他就说没办法啊 Gilbert， 因为我需要这份钱，每公斤的纸皮只可以卖1毛钱，所以每天他必须要拉100个公斤的纸皮才可以赚到10块钱。我觉得我们的国家很富有，为什么这样多老人要做这份工作呢？有个部长讲，拉纸皮是我们老年人运动的现象。Thank you。所以我不是很愤怒了，我觉得我很伤心啊。我们的部长不完全了解我们的现象，为什么老人家70多、80多岁要工作？我觉得很羞耻，因为我们是富有的，我们是有钱的，但是很多老人家需要工作，我觉得很不开心啊，很心里啊很不安啊。我不生气啊，但是很不开心啊。这个现象很多我的朋友在外国来这里就问我 Gilbert， 为什么看到这样多年老的人工作呢？我真的很难回答到他们。现在新加坡有2个口头禅：第一，你可以死，但是不可以病；你可以死，但是不可以病，因为要是你去医院看病需要很多钱。他们说有监梯啊，然后有 chest card， 但是我们知道是不简单的。我们也收到一个 email， 他去一个，我不要讲他的医院的名啊，他需要给125块的定金去 ANE， 需要一个复用，但是他只有25块在皮包，他就跟这个医院讲，我只有25块，可以这个125块的订单寄给我吗？那个医院讲不可以，你这个25块要给我先，连100块我就可以慢慢的让你付回。这25块是他最后的25块，用来把他妈妈可以坐德士回家的。我听了也很不开心啊，心里很不安。我们的条例是很严格的，很多条例，医院要付这个钱你才可以进医院。你看病，我觉得是一个现在老人的最重要的一个事情。我妈妈是85岁了，说她中了风，所以每次我带她去看医生，也必须付一点钱了。但是我有一点钱了就可以。我觉得为什么没有钱的怎么办？这很困难的。第二个口头禅就是你没工作去加德士了，这个是我们新加坡第一个口头禅。你没工作就去加德士。很多大学生现在30多、40多岁就要去加德士，为什么呢？为什么我们国家这样富有、这样有钱，就不可以把这批30多岁、40多岁的大学生给他一份工作？又为什么每年有2万、3万个外劳来这里工作了？我觉得这个是很不开心、很不安乐的事情。新加坡，你觉得这个事情你会开心吗？你开心吗？新加坡人没工作，但是外国人有工作，这个是一个很不好的现象。Next, I'll speak in English, right, for the rest of my speech. I've spoken in Ang Mo Kio GRC, right, 2-3 days ago. I've called the Prime Minister a name which will get missed too, so I will not repeat that. But another name that I can call him is, he's a trader. Prime Minister is a trader. T-R-A-D-E-R, not traitor. I call him a trader. There are 5 reasons why I call my Prime Minister a trader. T-R-A-D-E-R. First reason, he traded our jobs to foreigners via the free trade agreement. More than 170 professions in India are allowed into Singapore without protection for Singaporeans. Right now, there are 400,000 professionals working in Singapore using the harmful EP and S passes. 200,000 using EP pass. Another 200,000 using S passes. In Singapore right now, there's a total of 1.7 million foreigners living here, working here, and residing with us. A lot of them, of course, are construction workers, cleaners, domestic workers. But we are very concerned that there are 400,000 foreigners right now taking away our jobs. Why must we give 400,000 foreigners jobs and we Singaporeans with good degrees and experience have to drive taxi. Is that fair to us Singaporeans? Is that fair to us Singaporeans? Is that fair to us Singaporeans? No, it's not fair. This is my country. I want jobs for my people. I want good, proper jobs, good, proper professional jobs for my people. Why should we give our jobs to the foreigners? People have called me xenophobic. I'm warned not to speak against foreigners. I am not speaking against foreigners. I'm speaking against the policy of allowing too many foreigners into our country. Right now, there are 400,000 of them. If you vote in the PAP for the next 5 years, I can assure you, 400,000 foreigners, you will add another 100,000 foreigners. You will have 500,000 of them over the next 5 years working and competing for jobs with you. 5,000 foreigners right now have fake degrees and they are now working among us. My God, I wish they are not doctors. When my mother was admitted into the hospital for a stroke, I asked the doctor, are your degrees in Singapore or are your degrees foreign? Thank God his degree is Singapore. If not, I'll doubt his medical resources to operate on my mother. The second reason why I think my Prime Minister is the trader is he traded our university places to foreign students. Right now, every year, $400 million are spent to educate and to train foreigner students in Singapore right now. Do you think that is fair, Singaporeans? Do you think that is fair, Singaporeans? Why must we give $400 million a year to foreigner students when our own people have sometimes to pay a very high university fees to get ourselves educated? Why do we have to send our children abroad to study? My daughter is studying abroad right now. Why can't she study here, my friends? Something is wrong in the country. The third reason why I call my Prime Minister a trader is because he traded over sovereignty to incoming foreigners. We have lost our culture. There's little integration with foreigners. If you go to certain places, they are there. If you go to Little India, the Indians are there. If you go to a certain place, the influx, the enclave of foreigners are there. Why must we allow that? There are certain places that we're not comfortable to go. Please don't say that I'm xenophobic. I'm stating facts. Right? My coach is a Hong Kong guy, right, who volunteered with us. And my best friend is also from Hong Kong. So I think I'm not anti-foreigner, but I'm anti-immigration. Singaporeans, let's be anti-immigration, but not be anti-foreigner, okay? The fourth reason why I call my Prime Minister a trader is because he has traded our wages to incoming foreigners. Do you know that our wages over the last 5 years have not increased? Have not increased because our wages are depressed over the years by incoming foreigners who are willing to take on cheaper, lower jobs. A certain minister has asked us to protect our lunch, but yet there's little protection for Singaporeans. Jobs are lost just like that. If you are retrenched or sacked, if you go to MOM, they say, if you earn 4,500 a month, I cannot help you, sir. MOM will ask you to get a lawyer to fight for you. Is that fair to us Singaporeans? Is that fair to us Singaporeans? It's not fair to us. Our jobs are not protected. Any company can sack you right now, and you have no resources. MOM cannot help you. There's no trade union. A trade union is toothless. Trapezism has harmed us. Our labor minister is asking us to go abroad to get work experience before we can come back to compete with jobs with the foreigners right here. Chan Chun Sing, our labor minister, has asked us to go and gain experience abroad and come back after that to compete with foreigners for jobs. Is that fair to us Singaporeans? Is that fair to us Singaporeans? This is my country. Why must I go abroad and gain experience before I can come back to get a job in Singapore? That's not fair to us. This is my country. Why should we allow such policy to harm us? 6.9 million population by the year 2030. Right now, I believe we have hit 6 million. Do you think we have hit 6 million Singaporeans right now? Maybe more. Certain minister has talked about 10 million population. But let's look at 6.9 million. Trains have breakdown. It has caused the transport minister to lose his job. Liu Tak Yew has resigned. Let's give Mr. Liu a hand, man. Well, he has taken the big step, the honor to resign, and he has to, because we have 3 big transport failures over the last 5 years. And over the last 5 years, you have more than 100 to 200,000 foreigners coming in. If you vote in a PAP, I can assure you, 6.9 is for you to stomach. Yeah, that's right. We've done protests in Hom Ling Park over the last 3 years. We've garnered about 10,000 people coming down to Hom Ling Park. And I'm sure if we do it more over the next few years, we'll garner more people. 6.9 million, something that's harmful for Singaporeans. All over the stadiums in Singapore, all over the rallies, people are talking about this policy because it's harmful. It's something that will deny you of jobs. It's something that will deny you of a dignity. You might even have to be assured of a job because the HR, the human resource person, is someone who will interview you, and it's likely he's a foreigner. It's likely he's on EP pass. It's likely he's on Yes pass. And the one that approve you for the next job is likely a foreigner. And the one that he works under will be a foreigner, my friend. I have people who have told me that their bosses are foreigners, their subordinates are foreigners, their co-workers are foreigners, and they are the minority workers in the company. That is not nice, Singaporeans. That is not good. Is that fair to us, Singaporeans? It's not fair to us. Right. We are a minority worker in an MNC company, and this is something that we are not happy about. So when you vote this time round, you don't vote only for yourself, my friends. You vote for your children. Because in 5, 10, 20 years' time, this 6.9 million population white paper will hurt them. You're also voting for your children. Because your children were married and give birth. And this population white paper is something that's futuristic. But we have a glimpse of it. This white paper was only implemented 3 years ago. But now, 2015, we have to go to the MRT trains. Right? There's a lot of people that we fight over. And sometimes you have to take the 4th or 5th train before you can board the train. And it's a daily affair. So over a daily, twice a day nightmare, right? You'll be doing this for 5 days a week if you work. So you have 10 trips of MRT trips. And over a week, you have 10 trips. And you have a nightmare 10 days, right? The last reason why I call my Prime Minister that he is a traitor is because he traded us on our space. Singapore is a small nation. I've lived in Australia for 5 years. Australia is also a big immigrant city. About half of Australians are actually immigrants or more. But they are big. They are at least 100 to 200 times the size of Singapore. But we are just a very small little island. Our Prime Minister has traded our space over to the foreigners when they bring in 1.8 million foreigners right now to stay with us. It's something that we are not getting adjusted to. I'm sure Singaporeans, you have tasted this. Over the last few years, you feel that buses are getting crowded, trains are getting crowded. Our flats are getting crowded. Right, there are more people coming in. And I stay in Punggol. Punggol is now half complete, and it's already quite congested. If it's fully complete, I believe it's as bad as Ang Mo Kio here, Red Hill. So vote wisely, my friends, because you're not voting for yourself only. You're voting for your children. You're voting for your children. Vote for change. Vote for the Reform Party. And vote for us. Thank you, Singaporeans. Good night.